to Akungba, the ray of the sun. A citadel of sound souls, built on lofty ideals with a vision to pull down walls of ignorance and extend the frontiers of knowledge. Citadel for learning and service. Built on integrity and truth, igniting the present, lighting up the future. A center of excellence, we hail thee.
Adekunle Ajasin University, Akungba, Akoko, Ondo State, Nigeria, was established in November 1999 by the Ondo State government. This followed the inability of the government of Ondo State and that of Ekiti State, newly created out of the former in 1996, to sustain the joint proprietorship that came into operation with the creation. At creation, the university naturally inherited challenges of classroom, hostel, laboratory, office spaces, dearth of personnel, and instability in leadership, among others. Thus, as a child of circumstance, the university didn't really have the luxury of the needed planning, infrastructure, logistics, and tools for an ideal university to take off effectively from the outset. December 2009, the government's political will got a complementary blend in the appointment and subsequent resumption of office on January 4, 2010, of the 4th Vice-Chancellor of the University, Professor Femi Mimiko. At present, AAUA has a little over 14,000 students, 1,300 staff, academic and non-academic, and 5 faculties: arts, education, law, science, and social and management sciences. In addition to these are the postgraduate school and academic support facilities like the University Library, the Computer Center, and Institute of Education, the Institute of Part-Time Programs, the Center for Diploma and Pre-Degree Programs, the Entrepreneurship Development Center, and the Center for General Studies. 14 years after creation, Professor Mimiko has brought into university governance huge passion, strong convictions, and an unmistakable sense of purpose. AAUA has managed to secure full accreditation for virtually all its courses, with the current management under the leadership of Professor Femi Mimiko, a professor of political science and Fulbright scholar, former acting dean of Faculty of Social and Management Sciences, former head of department, former deputy vice-chancellor, and later acting vice-chancellor of the university, who has been working assiduously to bring the few outstanding programs under this field in line with the university's vision to be a foremost university committed to moving manpower development in the direction of self-apprenticeship. Over the years, successive administrations have endeavored to uplift the institution in all ramifications, always seeking to be a first-class university in research, knowledge, character, and service to humanity. As outlined in its mission statement, the university has focused on the expansion of infrastructures, enhancement of student support services, and deepening the integrity of its academic programs. In line with its unprecedented resolve to build a 21st century university properly called, the administration took off carrying out institutional reforms. It builds institutions as pillars for transforming the university from obscurity to national and global reckoning.
Before Professor Mimiko's regime, so many wrong things were done. For example, admissions were not given on merit. But now you can stay in your house, obtain your JAMB form, pass your JAMB, come for your post-UME, clear your post-UME papers, and be given admission. I'm an example. I didn't know anybody in this school.
I could remember when I gained the pre-degree admission. Adekunle Ajasin University was not like this. Things were worse. The roads were bad. Infrastructures were nowhere to be found. But thank God for this great improvement?
I would say this university remains one of the state universities in Nigeria that pays the least amount in terms of school fees. And since I came into this university, the school fees has been moderate. There has been no increment.
The present administration of the school has done a lot in terms of administration, in terms of keeping the school fees on a constant low for students to afford, in terms of giving us good buildings, good lecture theatres, good library.
In the area of student support, apart from being the least tuition fee-paying university in the country, the Professor Femi Mimiko administration established the Student Work-Study Scheme in 2011 to give privilege to students to enable them work a minimum of 2 hours per day and earn a stipend while studying in school. In 2010, the university launched its campus bus shuttle scheme with a fleet of buses to ease the problem of transportation faced by staff and students, especially within the university campus, while the Student Relaxation Center continues to witness new changes. The center remains a place to be for students as it serves as an information center on campus where global socio-political events are monitored on cable television at all times. In the same vein, the university management also put in place the Vice Chancellor Student Leadership Forum to create an opportunity for students to interface with management on all issues relating to their aspirations, challenges, and expectations on campus. Besides, the administration allows students to conduct elections into the organs of their union and govern themselves without interference. Apart from the creativity of the team in place in the university, there is a government in the state that has demonstrated so much commitment to the development of Adekunle Ajasin University. The goal is to make AAUA a reference point in Nigeria and the world at large. Thus, on March 22, 2013, the visitor to the university and Governor of Ondo State, Dr. Olusegun Mimiko, inaugurated 6 building projects as part of the activities marking the university's 4th convocation ceremony. These include the 500-capacity Obafemi Awolowo Lecture Theatre, the University Electrification Project, the Vice Chancellor's Lodge, the University Guest House, the University Shopping Arena, and the University Gymnasium, all of which were completed under the new administration of the university. From 2009 to 2013, AAUA has executed over 60 projects to tackle the challenges of classroom, office, laboratory, and other spaces. Indeed, the number of physical projects delivered in the last 4 years is more than the university executed in its first 10 years of existence. Some of the most compelling of these structures include the Senate Building, a 5-story building that will accommodate all the administrative staff of the university, a 10-kilometer road network, the 500-capacity Obafemi Awolowo and Nelson Mandela Lecture Theatre, the University Staff School, the University Health Center, the U Classroom Blocks, the University Internet Resource Center, the 60-shop shopping arena, the Bursary Village, and a major electrification project that extends electricity to a substantial part of the 820 hectares physical space of the university. There are also the 30-classroom quadrangle that can accommodate 4,500 students at a time, the 600-capacity Umaru Yar'Adua Lecture Theatre, and a new laboratory building, all supported by TET Fund, the NDDC-sponsored 450-capacity male hostel, the Osopadec-sponsored 550-capacity female hostel, and the facility designed to provide 12,000 bed spaces for students upon completion, of which work has started in a PPP relationship with some private investors. There is no doubt the university has transformed from an innocuous school to a university properly called in the past 4 years.
So we give kudos to the present administration for actually transforming the environment under which students study here. And of course, that also is robbing rubbing much on the quality of lectures and the products we are having from this university.
Adekunle Ajasin University is no more a glorified secondary school as it was used to. Because I remembered that there was a time the late governor, Dr. Olusegun said that university was a glorified university. Things have changed and now it is a university.
Before the present administration, many people used to call Adekunle Ajasin University a glorified secondary school. But right now, Adekunle Ajasin University has come to take its place in the committee of universities across the nation. Even today, when you are talking of infrastructure, we can say that we are really at our own peak.
The infrastructure, it has been it has developed very well. For example, if you come for night classes, we use candles, we use lanterns, which spoils the eyes of most students. But now, we have solar lights that cover from the night till the morning, and you can read and read and read.
We have one of the buildings I can call a massive one that it's been a long time I've seen such, and that's the same building.
The hard work, commitment, and dedication underpinning governance in the university in more recent times are daily yielding results. All these are a follow-up to its rating by the US Transparency International Standards, USTIS, as the best state university in Nigeria. Few weeks ago, AAUA came first nationally in the 2013 Annual Youth Debate for Nigerian Tertiary Institutions, organized by the Federal Ministry of Education. The NUC in 2005 voted AAUA as the best state university in Nigeria and the 18th best among all Nigerian universities in terms of quality of academic staff. The new phase of the development of Adekunle Ajasin University is focused on deepening the integrity of its academic programs through improved and more socially relevant curricula, enhancement of the pedagogical prowess of its academics, and deepening its cosmopolitan outlook, especially in staffing and student intake.
A lot has changed, and you can see physical development, you can see human capacity development, and so much has taken place to transform the university. Several people have been given scholarships to do their PhDs, and they have come back and they are working hard. We have had loads and loads of awards and laurels won by this university in academics.
The lecturers, they have benefited from the coming of the Vice Chancellor because a lot of promotion exercises went on. There are others who went on Fulbright, and there are others who attended international conferences.
In terms of the studentship we have produced in the last 4 years, obviously go to law school, ICANN exams, our students are doing very well. In terms of student-lecturer relationship, it has improved. You hear cases now, you no longer hear cases of sexual harassment, extortion, sales of handout. These things have stopped.
Currently, the academic aspect of the school, we are progressing. The issue of competition, collation, excessive misery of result has been a case of the past, unlike before.
Thus, apart from the University Advancement Office, which provides the broad platform for coordinating global support to the university also established the University Advancement Board, bringing into the fold men and women of integrity in the larger society to leverage on their exposure, experience, and positions in life to mobilize funds and opportunities for the university. Other institutes and centers have recently been floated. Amongst these are the AAUA Leadership Institute for Public Policy and Sustainable Development, the Women's Studies and Development Center, and the Ajasin University Theatre. In addition, the university has been quite busy in networking and building relationships and academic exchange programs with sister universities and sundry funding agencies, and this is paying off. In relation to staff welfare, on assumption of office in 2010, the Vice Chancellor cleared the backlog of staff promotion cases and has to date regularly ensured that staff promotions are processed expeditiously. As a strong believer of the maxim, an institution is as good as its staff. The Vice Chancellor pays attention to staff welfare, putting in place packages before unions ask for them. For instance, AAUA was the first conventional state university in Nigeria to adopt the salary component of the controversial 2009 Federal Government Unions Agreement. The university has a life assurance policy in place for its staff that is unmatched across universities in the country. Besides publishing 21 regulatory books to put the academic and administrative workings of the university on autopilot at the faculty, departmental, divisional, and unit levels, the university also entrenched merit-driven admission and staff recruitment policies to achieve and enhance the integrity of its academic programs. Without doubt, Professor Mimiko bore the torch of change and injected a paradigm shift that implanted a period of renaissance that is perhaps unprecedented in the history of higher education in Nigeria.
He has done a great job, perfect job.
It is little wonder, therefore, that today, Adekunle Ajasin University keeps attracting people from nooks and crannies of Nigeria and from abroad. It is thus obvious that Adekunle Ajasin University is one university that has become a platform for positive change, an institution irrevocably committed to becoming not just the best in Nigeria in a number of the most critical parameters, but also one to be reckoned with globally. Adekunle Ajasin University has made a statement to the world in the past 4 years that building a world-class university is possible in this climb if the political will and institutional resolve are in place.
The capital campaign program is actually to broaden the financial base of the university. And as I speak, we have quite a number of physical projects that we intend to fund through this effort. We have, for instance, a new library complex that has been designed, which is going to be quite magnificent. We want to put up a few more hostel facilities for our students with a view to ensuring that we provide adequate bed space so that as many students as are willing to stay on campus would be able to have places to stay. We're also trying to develop a central laboratory. The whole idea of a central laboratory, a central research laboratory, is predicated on the conviction that it is no longer fashionable, neither is it even advisable in terms of funding prioritization to have small laboratories for each of the programs that you have on campus. So the whole idea of the Central Research Laboratory is to have a huge laboratory with the latest of equipment that you need to do meaningful research, such that researchers, students, faculty from different units and schools of the university will be able to find a place adequate as the research laboratory. These are some of the key projects that we have in mind. Let me just add that we're also launching, we're also going to put funds into a student scholarship scheme. The whole idea behind that is to ensure that there's no student that has reasons to drop out of school by reason of inability to pay, especially those students that are bright and who perhaps are indigent. I therefore would like to use the opportunity to call on all men and women of goodwill, lovers of education, lovers of our society, lovers of our future, to come up and support this capital campaign by donating generously to the university. So I can assure you, with our sense of responsibility and modesty, that the system we have put in place at Adekunle Ajasin University is such that will make for transparency in the administration of the funds or the projects that you may wish to make available to the university will be appropriately and transparently administered. That's assurance I can give.
Welcome to Adekunle Ajasin University, Akungba, Ondo State, Nigeria, a young university eternally committed to producing globally competitive graduates, confident problem solvers, adequate in character and learning, a major driver of national development and key player in the global drive toward sustainable development, a 21st century university properly called.